Weren't you gonna do a video about something?
Yeah, right. Top 20 reasons why your yacht sucks. Now, don't be mad at me that your yacht sucks. It's not my fault. But where do I even start? Here, I'll take that. Let's start with the fact that you can't paddle your yacht. You can't go under human power anywhere in your yacht because you're not set up to paddle, and even if you were, your yacht probably is like it's too heavy and it's got a keel on it, and you're just trying to push way too much water out of your way. So forget about it. Forget about going any place under human power. I mean, maybe you can go a few yards or something because you take your anchor out in front of you and you drop it, and then you go get on your anchor winch and pull yourself in a little bit, but that's just gay. So you don't really want to talk about that. Yeah, with a boat like this, it's a piece of cake to paddle yourself around the place, which you sometimes need to do because sometimes the wind completely dies and your motor won't start, or you don't have any gasoline and you just need to go somewhere. And hopefully it's not too far, and if it's not too far, you can just paddle. And if you've got some spunk in you, you can paddle long distances. I've paddled this boat long distances before, and I've really had to because the situation demanded it. So yeah, she'll paddle at I can paddle her like all day long at 2 knots. And if I dig in and it's calm and like the water's flatter than piss on a plate, I can get her going 3 and maybe 3.5. But 2 knots isn't bad if you're trying to get into a harbor or to a safe anchorage, somewhere where you can drop your hook. And this bleeds into other advantages, like the fact that she'll go at like 4.5, 5 at like low revs on this little Suzuki 2-stroke 15 horse. We can run her all day on like 20 liters and knock off a lot of miles, which we've had to do. Some days are just so calm and there's no wind at all, not even a breath, and we motor. We motor along usually at like 4.5 knots, which would explain why we didn't do too much damage in broad daylight when we hit the oil platform there in Kalimantan. That's an embarrassing story, and I don't want to get into it now. But we did run right into smack dab. We hit this ama on a big steel pylon there in an oil platform. We're touching that up now. We didn't do a lot of damage. We cracked it up a little bit here, and that's it. And that was a dead-on smack on a steel pylon doing 4.5 knots. So it's a good thing we cruise at slow speed. I mean, normally we'd notice an oil platform in front of us, and especially in broad daylight. We were motoring around in like 5 feet of water, and I'm not going to say who, but somebody wasn't paying good enough attention. Probably because they were looking at the internet, and we were in a current that was moving us, so I can understand. We didn't realize we were in 4 knots of current, so you look ahead and you don't see anything, but you need to be looking off to the left. So, yeah, that's number 1 reason. We'll get to the other 19 soon. There's a lot of reasons. I'll probably cook up some more. There'll be some bonus reasons why your yacht sucks. Now, maybe you don't own a yacht, so clearly your yacht doesn't suck. But if you take the advice of pretty much anybody that's on the YouTube sailing channels, you'll end up buying a yacht that sucks. So don't do that. Darling, you want to say anything about how nice it is to be able to move this boat under human power? I mean, you've done it. You've done it for a while. You've paddled it along.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Small is better.
Less is more.
Less is more, small is better. And what else?
Well, about human power, you know, and sailing around practically and independently, cheaply. Human power, you want to figure out ways to do stuff with human power instead of some kind of gadget or something, because let's face it, you need exercise anyway. And so anything you can figure out to do with your own power instead of an electric thingamajig or a motorized thingamajig is going to be a big win in the end, because it's going to keep everything simple and cheap, and you're going to get exercise.
There goes the boat.
And see, I mean, human power, that's how you do it. You just need a little push to get yourself back in. So, and there's a lot of things you can do to cheapen things, like I think I mentioned before, you know, the modern dinghy's a disgrace to all humankind with the design and the outboard and the bringing the extra gas and the extra complication and everything, when you could just row yourself around or paddle yourself around. It's cheaper, it's easier, it's going to save you so much hassle in the end. So, human power is where it's at, baby. And if you do all that, you know, and you focus on what you can do with human power, you might end up looking as good as me. Check this out, baby. So, you can see that looks all right. I mean, it doesn't look perfect yet because we were experimenting with a little sort of something. But I just want to put a period on this about your yacht sucking. If this would have happened to you, if you'd have smashed in to an oil platform on your yacht that sucks, it would have ended up costing you who knows how much. I mean, thousands perhaps for the haul out and the guy to come and do it. But for us, we had no haul out, it didn't cost us anything. We spent maybe $1 on paint and $1 on putty, if that much. So it cost us like $1.34 to fix this, because our yacht doesn't suck like everyone else's yacht. I mean, and again, don't get mad at me, it's not my fault your yacht sucks. And if you don't own a yacht yet, it's gonna suck if you're listening to like other sailing channels when you buy it, because they're gonna talk you into buying like either a big monohull or a cat. I mean, what a stupid idea, right? A cat 2 hulls with 2 bilges and 2 keels, potentially. It's just double the problems, double the hassle. And yet still somehow a catamaran isn't quite as bad as a monohull for the most part, most times. But they're not all built the same and they're not all alike. There's a lot of differences in your cats and your monohulls and your trimarans. Just because I own a trimaran doesn't mean all trimarans are great. A lot of trimarans suck. A lot of them. Usually because they're too big. Or they're built out of too heavy materials. There's something wrong with them, most of them. There's only a few trimarans that really qualify as a yacht that doesn't suck. So, that's all for now. So things have slowed down for us a little bit here in the Channel Islands. We had good wind all the way from Hawaii. In fact, we've had wind all the way from Thailand. But now, we don't have any wind at all. And we're going for that point. It's about 5 miles away. We gotta get there before dark, so we can find a safe place to drop our hook. And this isn't so bad.